Hello friends, this is Shinsanity69, and I'm coming at you with my first Skyrim mods video. You're now looking at my character, Urza Scarlet, a direct reference to the anime and manga Fairy Tail. If you haven't noticed already, the music playing during this video is also from the anime Fairy Tail. Now you may be wondering why I'm sharing space with this Draga here. It is because I am using him to test out the new, well not new, Apocalypse spell package by EnaiSiaion. It adds 150 new lore-friendly spells to the game. Hopefully you can tell that spell is not included in the original Skyrim. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the music right now because it's a bit unfitting. So, right now I'm casting Force Wall, which is an alteration spell that creates some dome of energy around me, and no one can escape or enter, so I can't even get out. I'm about to cast a spell called Earth to Water. This is another alteration spell that launches the target into the air. Better used outside, you know. And finally I'm casting a spell called Warp the Flesh, which does less damage the more times you use it on a target. So, an interesting feature of this spell package is that damaging spells are no longer limited to the School of Destruction. In fact, all the spells that I just previously used were in the field of alteration, and they did, if you're looking at the Scourge Lord's health, some pretty reasonable damage. But nevertheless, there are a plethora of destruction spells that are introduced, such as Magnetize, Meteor, Offensive Contingency, and Wild Contingency. Right now, I'm going to take the opportunity to scroll through a few of the spells, not all of them, but a few, to show you the kind of, I guess, power you can gain from using them. I strongly encourage the downloading of this spell pack because it adds a bunch of interesting and fun to use spells that are lore friendly and balanced, and can be obtained simply by speaking to a spell vendor. Next mod I'd like to show you guys is a weapon mod called the Hell Sword by Neurmind43. I have to say, this is my favorite weapon mod because of how insanely detailed it is. I mean, look at that. There are bodies all over the blade. Need I say more? I'd also like to acknowledge the fact that this weapon is a very useful weapon to use with a base damage of 23. That is without any perks, enchantments, or smithing upgrades. I mean, if you enchanted it and made it a legendary weapon, it could turn this into this in seconds. So, our final mod for today is going to be an armor mod called the TERA Armor Collection for Skyrim by AsianBoy345. It adds a nice variety of armors from the video game TERA into Skyrim. All of these armors are found in the TERA category in smithing, which is available from the start of the game. I'm going to warn you right now, if you are not a fan of skimpy armors and or think they ruin the gameplay experience, then I would not download this mod, because just about every armor on the female version, there's a male and a female version by the way, is skimpy to some extent. But then again, about 90% of the mods on the Nexus for females are skimpy. So hopefully if you don't like skimpy armors, you've found a way around that. What I find to be funny is the skimpier an armor is, the more protection it offers, but that is, I guess, the way things work in Skyrim. Now really quickly before I end the video, this courier here interrupted me while I was doing the TERA Armors collection, so I'm teaching him a lesson. Yeah. I guess the lesson to be learned here is not to interrupt people, especially crazy idiots with no social life like myself.